Tonight on 5 News, the Tory party leadership contest, and the winner is... there is no winner. Clark and Hague will go head-to-head on Thursday. The RUC arrests a man as Lurgan mourns the 2 murdered policemen. Blair takes the lead in Europe, but on a bicycle, not around the negotiating table. We'll also have all today's sports news, including a proud pride of Lions who prove they're ready to pounce on the Springbok. And as Wimbledon fortnight looms, is the British strawberry on the way out? But first tonight, Kenneth Clarke goes into the final round of the Conservative leadership battle on Thursday.
Tonight on 5 News, the doctor who lied to parents and stripped the organs from their children without consent. It's 6 o'clock, I'm Charlie State. The report into the Alderhay scandal paints an horrific picture of illegal and unethical practices, all under the nose of the authorities. We'll hear from the parents who have caused what's been described as unforgivable pain. Also tonight, miraculous rescues in India 5 days after the quake, but it's feared that 100,000 people may have died. And is the nation's favourite children's character really a sexist snob? The House of Commons fell silent this afternoon.
It's 7:30. I'm Kirsty Young. Tonight on 5 News, missing. Police hunt for 2 10-year-old friends. Britain's flagship prepares to up the pressure on Iraq as Saddam offers the Americans an olive branch. And tunes to die for. We bring you the top 10 funeral songs. So those are just some of the talking points we'll be debating this evening. And don't forget that you can add your thoughts by phone, text or email. You can email us at news@channel5.co.uk. You can text your opinions live to 5 on our short code. It's 83200, available now on all networks. That's 83200. And please remember to text the word 5 before your message. Or you could call our 5 News reaction line on 09050 555 555 and have your say in person. Good evening.
Good evening. It's 7 o'clock. I'm Elaine Park. These are the headlines. The campaign to free Kenneth Bigley taken to the streets of Baghdad. A mother made infertile by cancer treatment says she's had a miracle baby. And the Britons trying to battle the effects of global warming on their doorstep.
The search for loved ones. Tonight, Britain stands accused of failing the victims.
Fact is, she was a British citizen, and the fact is she deserved more help.
Strong words. We'll hear the Foreign Secretary's response on the day he finally put a figure on the number of British people feared dead, 199. Also tonight, the battle to feed the survivors as the total number killed by the tsunami nears 150,000. In other news, why Polish dentists could fill gaps in the NHS. And callous torments England again as South Africa hits back in the 3rd test. Hello, I'm Kirsty Young.
On 5 News, unsafe, uninsured, unrepentant, we track down Britain's most banned driver.
You're a banned driver, aren't you, Mr. Manson? Why did you continue driving?
Tell you what, is this what you want? Eh? What, are you the biggest, are you? Are you?
We'll bring you the extraordinary findings of an exclusive 5 News investigation into Britain's unlicensed and dangerous drivers. Also tonight, a racist, a Nazi, a murderer. Mohammed Al-Fayed's shock outburst about one member of the royal family. A man is jailed for life for plotting to behead a British Muslim soldier. The teenager with 4 kidneys who's now proving she's also got a big heart. And
go into the chapel and
Mind Time, Britain's bedroom pop stars. Hello, welcome to 5 News. I'm Natasha Kaplinsky.
On 5 News, post office murder. Police arrest the husband of a woman shot dead. Robin Garbutt called police saying armed robbers had killed his wife. Now police are questioning him about her death. Also, bikini backtrack. Primark withdraws padded tops designed for 7-year-old girls. A fairer Britain, the Liberal Democrats launch their party manifesto.
No longer will you have to look at the banks and despair at the greed and excess, because we will end the bonus culture.
Afghan hero, the teenage soldier who's one of the youngest ever to receive the Military Cross, and Whitney's wobble, why the pop star was booed at her concert last night. Welcome to 5 News, I'm Polly Whitehouse. On 5 News, a mum pleads guilty to killing her 3 young children. Luke, Austin and Cecilia were stabbed to death by Teresa Riggi before she tried and failed to kill herself. The children's dad says their deaths have been an overwhelming tragedy. Also, Prince Andrew gets the Prime Minister's support despite controversy about his trade role. No longer under suspicion, the landlord of murdered architect Joe Yates will not face charges.
You made a lot of girls go out and have tests and all of that, you know?
Kylie's tears. The pop star talks about her battle with cancer 5 years after getting the all clear. And is this a woman who's designing Kate Middleton's wedding dress? Welcome to 5 News, I'm Emma Crosby.
On 5 News, shot and paralysed as she visited her aunt's shop. 3 men are found guilty of attacking her. CCTV shows Tusha Kamalaswaran dancing in the aisle moments before she was shot. The 5-year-old was an innocent victim of a gangland attack. She will never walk again. Also, 2 British NATO troops are shot dead by a man wearing Afghan army uniform.
When we talk about your donations, the first thing we want to do is get you at the Cameron and Osborne dinners.
Cash for access. David Cameron relents and reveals who he had dinner with in his Downing Street flat. Could we see this again? Tanker drivers vote to go on strike. Simon's shock. A woman is charged after breaking into his house with a brick and then hiding in his wardrobe. And ratings battle. Who do you think won TV's Saturday Night Fight? Welcome to 5 News. I'm Matt Barbett.
On 5 News, Rolf Harris gives evidence for the first time at his sex abuse trial. He describes himself as touchy-feely but denies assaulting young girls. Also, Nick Clegg refuses to quit as polls show he could be in danger of losing his seat at next year's general election. Feeling alone? Go online. Pensioners urged to use the internet to fight against loneliness.
We keep in touch like that 3 or 4 times a week with my daughter, Skyping, and it's like her being in the same flat room. It's fantastic.
And is this the food of the future? We test drive the machine that prints fruit. Welcome to 5 News. I'm Emma Crosby.
On 5 News, putting patients first. I'm live at one of the country's newest emergency units as we look at the future of the NHS. As the health service faces the biggest challenge in its history, a drastic measures needed to ensure its survival.
Also on the programme, guilty of sex crimes, Jimmy Savile's friend and assistant is convicted of a string of attacks on girls. As Nigel Farage sparks controversy with comments about breastfeeding, the mum involved tells us attitudes must change.
As a society, we need to get away from this fact that this thought that breastfeeding is in some way some kind of dirty secret that needs to be hidden away.
And lowering the limits. Strict new drink drive laws come into effect in Scotland, so will the rest of the UK follow suit.
Good evening, this is 5 News and I'm Matt Barbett.
On 5 News, who is the masked man in a new Islamic State murder video? He spoke with a British accent. There's growing speculation he could be a Briton who skipped bail to go to Syria. A small child also appeared speaking English. The video's been condemned by the Prime Minister.
It's desperate stuff from an organisation that really does do the most utterly despicable and ghastly acts.
Tonight, security services are investigating who the man and child could be, also on the programme. The supermarket worker who says he's going to leave his family to join the fight against IS.
You could be shot. The risks are absolutely huge, and I'm fully aware of that.
A new A&E crisis. We reveal a dramatic rise in the number of vacancies for doctors and nurses. Teetering on the brink, the historic castle at risk of collapsing because of floods. And
over a year, us kids eat and drink a whopping 5,543 sugar cubes.
Cutting down on the sweet stuff, how children are eating their own body weight in sugar. On 5 News, the Health Secretary presses his so-called nuclear button.
Save our NHS! Save our NHS!
Anger as Jeremy Hunt forces doctors to sign a new contract. They say he's making a big mistake.
Can't just say, look, we've been excellent, we've given them everything they've wanted. And we're like, no, this is not the things we wanted. Like, this is a list of things that you've invented to sweeten the deal.
We'll ask the Health Secretary if he's taking a big gamble. Also tonight, Google gets a grilling.
You can't like the fact that lots of people hate you.
The tech giant's boss is accused by MPs of living on another planet. The secret of the universe revealed. Well, one of them anyway, as scientists solve a space mystery. Why those supermarket special offers might not be all they're cracked up to be. And a Valentine story that takes some beating. The wartime sweethearts reunited after 72 years. Hello and welcome to 5 News. I'm Sian Williams. On 5 News, a police officer is found guilty of killing a former footballer. Dalian Atkinson died in 2016 after being tasered and kicked in the head. PC Benjamin Monk's been convicted of manslaughter but cleared of murder. Also on the programme, a rise in domestic abusers seeking help. We hear from one man who used physical violence against his partner but is now trying to change his behaviour.
Really isn't the person I am, do you know what I mean? It's really not the person I intended to be. So the fact that I've actually done them things, it does really hit me hard.
The travel agents, grounded pilots and cabin crew, all calling on the government to reopen international travel.
It'll probably mean people losing jobs and...
Would you worry for your own job, for instance?
Yes, it's getting that way.
And skipping all the way to the palace. The skipping Sikh is honoured for his lockdown workouts. Hello and welcome to 5 News. I'm Sian Williams. Good evening and welcome to 5 News with me, Sian Williams.
And me, Claudia Liza Vanderpoy. Our headlines tonight. Growing pressure on the Prime Minister. Now 3 Christmas parties are being investigated.
Labour say Boris Johnson must resign if he's found to have lied.
over 40 people allegedly were at this gathering, and that information should be given to the Met Police.
And while the government's investigated for breaking the rules, people in England are told to follow new COVID restrictions. The hospitality industry says it's disastrous.
We've had £42,000 wiped off in events. That's in 1 week. We have 4 days in a row. 3 of them are gone, and 1 of them's contemplating.
Also on the programme, NHS England waiting times hit another record high. The full force of winter is yet to be felt by our hospitals. So, will they be able to cope?
Film star Sienna Miller says the sun almost ruined her life as she settles a damages claim with the paper. And
where's the fourth musketeer? Where's Samantha? Oh,
they're back, but minus one of the gang. Can the Sex and the City reboot live up to the memories?
From across the UK, this is 5 News.
Hello.